In this video, I'll again talk about the box is on an inclined plane and the box is sliding down the inclined plane, and there's a friction between the box and the inclined planes. So we have a friction between this box and the inclined plane, and we need to find out what is the acceleration of the block along the inclined plane. So the coefficient of friction between the mass and the inclined plane is 0.2. Remember, it does not have any unit. And this is called the coefficient of kinetic friction, and the angle is theta. And we need to also find out if the box is sliding down the inclined plane, and when it reaches at the end of the inclined plane, what is the speed or the velocity at this point. And this distance is given, which is 2 meters, and the mass of the block is 10 kilogram. So in order to solve this problem, the first thing we need to do is draw the free body diagram. So let's do the free body diagram. First thing, we'll start with the weight. What is the direction of the weight? Remember, the direction of the weight is always downward. All right, that's the direction of the weight. And this angle is theta. So perpendicular. So our goal again is to resolve this force into two components. The one is parallel to the inclined plane, and the other is perpendicular to the inclined plane. We call the parallel to the inclined plane x-axis, and perpendicular is along perpendicular to the y-axis. If this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So perpendicular to the surface will be mg cosine theta, and parallel to the surface, if this is mg, then it will be mg sine theta. So if you want to understand why this one is, so watch other videos, and I'll just give you a little bit hint. So closer to the angle, so it is always cosine theta, and further from the angle, this is the further from this angle, will be always sine theta. The normal force, there is another force, which is the normal force. The normal force is acting perpendicular to this surface, which is n. And as there is a friction between the surface, between these two surfaces, then there is a friction force, and the friction force is always opposite to the motion. And as the object is trying to slide down along this direction, the friction force will be in the opposite direction, this way. That's the friction force. And here I'm calling this friction force as Fk, and the K stands for the kinetic friction. Kinetic friction. So when the object is in motion, we call that as a kinetic friction. So we have now resolved all the forces into two rectangular components along x-axis and along y-axis. So let's find out first what is the friction force. So let's take a look along the y direction first. Along the y direction, we have two forces, the normal force and the mg cosine theta. And as the object is not moving along this y direction, this force, the n and mg cosine theta, has to be equal, because it is not moving along this direction. So this force and this force must be equal and opposite. That's exactly what I have written here. N is equal to mg cosine theta. The mass is given 10, g value is 9.8, cosine theta is 30 degrees. So plugging this value gives me the normal force to be 84.9 Newton or 85 Newton. The kinetic friction is given by Fk is mu k times n. This is the kinetic friction. This is the equation for calculating the kinetic friction or the friction force. Whenever I write down the italic F, that means it is a kinetic, the kinetic friction. And mu k value between the two surfaces is 0.2, and the normal force we just calculated is 84.9. So if we plug in, it gives me the kinetic force or the frictional force to be the 17 Newton, which is in this direction. So now let's take a look at along the x direction, along this way. What is the total force? Along this direction, we are again going to write down the Newton's second law of motion, which is Fx. The x stands for the net force along the x-axis, is equal to mass times acceleration. The mass is this force, Fx force. So just take a look here. Along this direction, we have two forces. One is mg sine theta, which is downwards, and this one is upward, Fk. So mg sine theta minus Fk. And now we have mass times acceleration. We already have calculated Fk here, which is 17 Newton. Or you can just plug in this value here. Fk would be mu times mg cosine theta. Why I'm telling this one? Because the masses will cancel out. So the thing to remember is this acceleration does not depend upon the mass. That's the beautiful things to remember. The acceleration does not depend upon the mass. Okay, so the rest is, I mean, just plug in all the values and you'll get the 3.2 meter per second square. That's the acceleration down the inclined plane. And remember, this acceleration does not depend upon the mass. All right. So now let's calculate the velocity when it comes to the end of the inclined plane, or at this point, the velocity. So we're going to use the kinematic equations. V squared is equal to u squared plus 2as. And v is the final velocity, where we want to find out the velocity. U is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and s is the distance. We do not know this velocity, but we know the u because the object is starting from rest. Here, the object is starting from rest at this point, and it says the velocity of the box at the end of the slope if it starts from the rest. So at this point, its velocity is 0. This is 0. 2a is 3.2. The distance s is given, which is 2 meters. So we plug in, what you get is 3.58 meters per second. That is the speed of the block when it arrives at the end of the slope. Sometimes here I intentionally use speed and the velocity because the motion is in a straight line. So that is perfectly okay. Now, how long does it take to reach to the ground? So in order to calculate that, we're going to use this equation. V is equals to u plus at. V is the final velocity, which we already calculated, 3.58. U is the initial velocity, as the object is starting from rest. This is 0. Acceleration we calculated, which is 3.2. And the time, we wanted to calculate the time. So if we solve for the time, we get 1.12 seconds. So the time to come to the end of the slope is 1.12 seconds. So this is it from this video. Again, if you have any questions, write down your questions in the comment section below. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.